Hello guys and welcome back to Cubix Tips. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you all the biggest thing that I learned from my time in school that I think can be applied to our everyday lives, and that is putting less pressure on ourselves. And I say this from the perspective of someone who has just graduated from high school, not really yet knowing what life in the real world is like. But I just wanted to share my story with you all to at least give other high school or university students an insight into the internal battle that most students face when going through school. I think that being a high achieving student myself, there was a lot of internal pressure on myself to achieve top marks in all my tests and exams from my first to final year of high school. I always felt quite uncertain and apprehensive in the lead up to each test or exam, and it never left me all the way through to year 12. It became worse in my final 2 years of high school, as the stakes got higher and higher, and the thought of failing was not an option. I studied harder and harder, trying to prepare myself as best I could, but this obviously came at a cost. I was having trouble sleeping as my mind continued to race and my heart likewise. It was painful, but in my mind I saw no other option. I just told myself to keep working, to continue, and to not give up. Which seemed like a good idea if you think about it, right? That's what every sports person likes to say. In times of struggle, you should persevere and fight like your life depends on it. But in retrospect, I think it was one of the worst decisions of my life yet. Yes, I got very high marks in all my subjects, but that joy and glory, feeling on top of the world after achieving what I had ingrained in my mind to be success, faded and turned to dust in a matter of seconds. And that was when it hit home for me. I felt empty, quietly regretting the sacrifices that I had made to achieve what I initially imagined was glory. So I think there are plenty of things to be learned from my experience. I think the mistake that I made was that I didn't ask myself the following questions. Number 1, what are you missing out on by working so hard? Number 2, why are you afraid of failing? And number 3, will this matter in 2, 3, or 5 years' time? If I had asked myself these questions, I probably would have said, number 1, I'm missing out on spending time with friends, playing sports, and starting a YouTube channel. And I think adding up the value of all these activities, I would say that combined, they are more valuable to me than doing well in school. Number 2, I'm afraid of failing because I don't want to look bad in front of my peers and teachers. But in hindsight, I think that this is a terrible reason for why I was afraid of failure. It really doesn't matter what other people think. It's you and your own character that matters. And I think part of the reason why I was so scared of not doing well in a test or exam was that I wanted to show everyone that I was a top ranked student for a reason. And I thought that by not failing, I could somehow show this. But obviously, people didn't care. They had their own agenda and their own priorities, and my time and energy ended up being spent on something quite worthless. And number 3, I would have and still would say no. In 2, 3, or 5 years' time, no one will be asking me, oh, what did you get in your final exams? Or, what was your ATAR? No one will give a flying F about it. So, what I've learned is that by lowering the stakes just a bit and adjusting our mindset so that we're able to accept failure when we previously thought we couldn't, we can rest easier and continue to live the same purposeful lives without the burden of having those negative thoughts. And just remember, it's when we don't have those negative thoughts and when we remove that internal pressure on ourselves that we'll perform at our absolute best. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video and took something out of it. Be sure to comment down below some of your experiences in regards to pressure and having that internal battle due to the fear of failure, because I'm sure there are lots of you out there who struggle with this, and I would very much love to read the stories. Once again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Cubics Tips for more content like this, and like and share the video if you wish to. I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers!